The snow settled gently on the city roads as dusk approached, covering the bus station bench where 23-year-old Olivia Thompson sat, huddled in her faded cream dress. The delicate material, once elegant, now showed traces of too many nights spent outdoors. Yet Olivia held it dear, for it recalled happier times when she had a home and dreams for the future. 3 months ago, Olivia had left the foster care system with no place to go and no family to turn to. Despite her teaching degree, finding steady work and shelter had been impossible without contacts or a fixed address. Tonight, like many others, she stayed at this bus stop, trying to keep warm and plan where she could safely spend the night. The evening air grew colder, and Olivia drew her thin scarf tighter around her shoulders. She watched the snowflakes twirl beneath the street lamps, each one unique and beautiful, despite the harsh weather that shaped them. Sometimes she felt like those snowflakes, fragile and fleeting, unsure where she would end up or how long she would endure. That was when she noticed the young girl, a child no more than 4, walking confidently along the pavement, dressed in a bright red winter jacket and a grey knit cap with a playful pom-pom. She held a small brown paper sack tightly in her mittened hands, her earnest look suggesting an important task. Olivia looked for the child's parents, but saw only a man in a dark overcoat standing far off, absorbed in a phone call, unaware of the little girl. Olivia's protective instincts, sharpened by years in foster care, instantly kicked in. "Sweetie," Olivia called softly as the child neared the bus stop. "Where are your mom or dad?" The girl paused and gazed at Olivia with bright, thoughtful eyes. "My dad's over there, talking to work people again," she said, pointing to the man on the phone. "But I saw you sitting here and thought you might be hungry." Without hesitation, the child approached Olivia and offered the paper sack. "I saved half my sandwich from lunch. Dad says sharing matters, especially when it's freezing outside." Olivia felt tears well up at this unexpected kindness from someone so young. "That's so kind, but I can't take your food. You need it to grow tall and healthy." The girl tilted her head, thinking, "What's your name?" "I'm Emma." "I'm Olivia," she replied, touched by the child's warmth and openness. Emma studied Olivia's face with the serious focus children often bring to big matters. "Olivia, are you sad because you don't have a home to go to when it snows?" The simple question, asked with such pure insight, broke through Olivia's carefully. It built emotional walls. "Yes, Emma, I don't have a home right now, but I'm trying to find own." Emma nodded, as if this made perfect sense. Then she did something that would change their lives forever. "You need a home," Emma said simply, "and I need a mom. My mom went to heaven when I was little, and Dad gets really sad sometimes. Maybe we could help each other." Olivia's breath caught. This 4-year-old had just voiced a solution to their deepest needs with a clarity only pure heart could offer. "Emma, that's the most wonderful idea I've ever heard," Olivia said gently. "But adult things are complex. Your dad might not want a stranger in your family." Emma considered. The seriously then brightened. "Dad says the best people are kind when no one's looking. You were sitting here, being kind to the snow, talking to it like a friend. I think you're a good person." At that moment, Emma's father ended his call and realized his daughter wasn't nearby. Olivia saw panic flash across his face as he searched, frantically. "Emma!" he called, voice full of worry. "I'm here, Dad," Emma replied, waving from beside Olivia. "I made a new friend." The man rushed over, relief clear as he raked them. Olivia could tell he was likely in his early 30s, with gentle eyes showing the weight of single parenting and work demands. "Emma, you can't wander off like that," he said kindly but firmly. "I was so worried." "Sorry, Dad, but look, I found Olivia, and she needs a family, and we need a mum. It's like a puzzle that fits perfectly." Olivia stood quickly, not wanting to cause trouble. "I'm so sorry. I tried to keep her close to you. She was just being kind, offering to share her food." The man looked at Olivia closely, noticing her situation with the perceptive gaze of someone who'd faced his own struggles. "Please don't apologize. Emma always finds people who need kindness. I'm Liam, by the way." "Olivia," she replied, struck by his calm manner and how he spoke of his daughter's compassion as a precious trait. Emma tugged her father's coat. "Dad, Olivia's sleeping outside in the snow. That's not safe. Can she come home with us? She could stay in the guest room and maybe read me stories since you're always tired after work." Liam looked at his daughter, then at Olivia, clearly torn. Olivia saw his protective instincts battling his wish to teach Emma about helping others. "Emma, sweetheart, it's not that simple," Liam began cautiously. "Actually," Olivia interjected, "Emma has a beautiful heart, but she's right that adult situations are complex. I'd never want to make you uncomfortable." Liam studied Olivia's face, making the same character judgment that had guided him as a single father. "Olivia, this might sound odd, but would you like to grab some hot coffee and warm up while we figure out how to help? There's a diner nearby, and Emma's right. No one should sleep outside in this weather." Over coffee and soup at the corner diner, Olivia learned Liam was a social worker helping young adults leaving foster care. He knew exactly the challenges Olivia faced, seeing them daily in his work. "The system lets down too many good people," Liam said, watching Olivia help Emma color her placemat. "There aren't enough resources, support, or people who see that. Circumstances don't define worth." Olivia opened up about her teaching degree, her love for kids, and her dream of being a teacher. Liam listened with attention that made her feel truly heard for the first time in months. "You know," Liam said thoughtfully, "our school district needs substitute teachers. The pay isn't great, but it's steady, and it could lead to a permanent job." Emma looked up from her coloring. "And Olivia could stay in our guest room until she saves for her own place. Then she could still visit for dinner and stories." Liam and Olivia exchanged looks over Emma's head. The child's simple idea wasn't so simple, but it felt right to both. "Olivia," Liam said carefully, "I know this is unusual, but Emma's rarely wrong about people. If you're interested, we have a guest room, and I could connect you with the school district. No strings, just one person helping another until you're back on your feet." 6 months later, Olivia stood before her first-grade classroom, preparing for another day at the elementary school where she'd been hired as a permanent teacher. The guest room at Liam and Emma's house had become a home in ways she never imagined. Emma, now 5 and in kindergarten at the same school, often visited Olivia's classroom after school to help tidy up and share her day's stories. Their bond had grown into something beautiful and natural, built on mutual love and the understanding that families are made by choice and care, not just blood. Liam had become more than a friend, a partner in raising Emma together. Their relationship grew slowly, rooted in shared values and the daily experience of caring for Emma. One snowy night, a year after their bus stop meeting, the three sat in their living room, decorating the Christmas tree. Emma carefully hung ornaments, while Olivia and Liam wrapped gifts. "Olivia," Emma said suddenly, looking up, "remember when I said you needed a home and I needed a mom?" "I remember clearly," Olivia replied, smiling at the memory. Emma grinned, her face alight with joy. "I was right, wasn't I? Sometimes the best families find each other when they need each other most." Liam reached for Olivia's hand, both marveling at Emma's wisdom, who had seen what they couldn't and dared to speak it. "Yes, Emma," Olivia said, gazing at the warm, loving home they'd built. "You were absolutely right. Sometimes the greatest gifts come disguised as chance encounters on snowy nights." As snow fell outside their window, Olivia reflected on her journey from that cold bus stop to this warm room filled with love and laughter. Emma had been right about more than their need for each other. She'd grasped something profound about healing through reaching out and recognizing that the most important family members are often those we choose, not those we're born with. The little girl who offered half her sandwich to a stranger had given them something far more precious, the gift of finding each other and learning that love grows when shared freely and boldly.